Hello and welcome to this week's video. My name is Anuska Taylor. Thank you so much for joining me. So on today's video, I want to share with you a tool you can use to improve your speaking voice. And I don't think it's a tool that you will have ever thought of using before to improve your voice. It might be something that you use very unintentionally and unconsciously when you speak, but today I'm going to show you how you can use it in a very conscious and intentional way to enhance and improve your voice. So stay tuned for that. But before I get going, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And also, if you enjoy my videos, if you're getting value from my videos, please do like, comment, and share. It really makes a huge difference in getting my videos out to more people. And finally, before I start this topic today, it is Black Friday as I record this video today, this coming Friday, 29th of November, 2024. So if you have been wanting to work privately with me and waiting for the right time, maybe waiting to get your finances together, then this is an offer you don't want to miss, because I am offering 10% off Speak with Impact, which is my private voice coaching program, until this Friday only. Now, all you need to do to secure your spot is put £1,000 deposit down by Friday, but then you have until the 31st of January next year, 2025, to start the coaching. So you can really spread the cost out. And also I do offer payment plans. So if that's always been the hesitation, you want to spread the cost, that is absolutely possible. So what I suggest you do, head to my website, anuska-taylor.com/speak with impact. Look at the program. You can see all the options, what's included, more about it. You'll see the full investment cost. You can take 10% off that if you put your deposit down by Friday, and just send me a message if you've got any questions, if you want to have a quick call, or if you just know you want to go ahead. I'll send you a payment link. We can agree a start date. We can agree on your payment plan, and then I'll send you an agreement to e-sign. So this is a really, really powerful and transformational program. I don't believe there's anything else out there like that, where you get the technical skill and expertise that I bring to the table with the deeper emotional piece, the unconscious piece, with my knowledge and expertise in Jungian psychology, which is really the shadow work primarily. So I hope that I'm going to see some of you next year. I'd love to support some of you with your voice. So what is vocal fry? Well, very simply, it's where the vocal cords or vocal folds, as they're more formally called, are short, but they're sort of slack and loose, but they do actually fully come together. Unlike if you have a very breathy voice, they don't fully come together. We call this adduction, but let's just say come together. And what happens is the airflow is very slow and there's not a lot of pressure. So we get this slow, irregular vibration, which gives you that kind of popping, kind of creaky sound, that kind of sound. So that's really what's happening. Now, there are three key areas where you can use this to improve your voice. And I'm going to talk about those first of all. Then I'm going to talk about some of the things to try and avoid. And then I'm going to share some exercises you can do to put this into practice. The first one is releasing tension in the lowest part of the voice. This is really important for singers as well. And this was actually why I started using it. If you have high demands as a singer, it's really good to release the lower part of the voice. But if you think about speaking, speaking is all in the lower part of the voice, primarily. And so if you have high demands on your speaking voice, if you're speaking for long periods of time every day, and you find your voice can get overly pressed, overly tired, there's a lot of tension in your throat, it feels very effortful, this is a really great tool to just start to release some of the muscles in the throat. Now, again, I'll come to this, but you can do this wrong and create tension in the throat. So it's really important that you do this correctly. However, if you do it correctly, it will release the muscles in the throat. It will actually feel looser, freer, more open. So that's the first one. And I think we can all benefit from that, actually. Singers, speakers alike, really important, because I think for a lot of us, we hold a lot of tension through our throat, particularly when we're anxious and nervous and all of those things that, you know, if we are speaking on bigger stages and presenting and pitching and interviewing and in media, that's all kind of fairly to be expected, isn't it? So that's the first one. So releasing tension in the lowest part of your instrument. The second one is reducing nasality. So do you know that you have a lot of nasality in your voice? Some accents have more nasality in them than others, but nasality very quickly is where the soft palate is low and is not sort of sealing off the nose. So more air is almost going into the nose. So you end up talking like this. So there is more air going through your nose than into your mouth. And actually, really, for a rich, resonant, powerful voice, we want more airflow going through the mouth. Obviously, there's going to be some airflow going through the nose, but for that richer sound, we want more of it going through the mouth. Now, what happens is then with this creaky vocal fry sound that we can learn is when we make this sound, the soft palate actually rises. So, and you might be able to feel it even if you just do that quickly. So we're almost helping in a way to reduce nasality because we're sealing off the nose. So that's another one. So if that's a big issue for you, you can use this tool to help you with that. And then the final way you can use this to improve your voice is reducing breathiness. Because as I said at the beginning with vocal fry, actually we get that full closure, that full adduction with the voice, but we get it in a way that isn't so pressed, so hard, and maybe a little bit easier for people to find than the normal, let's call it chest voice, which is or modal voice, which is very common in the voice community. A little bit easier to find. If your voice is very breathy, if your voice is very light, you might find this a little bit easier to start to access a little bit more chest voice, essentially. So if your voice is very breathy like this and there's not a lot going on, this tool can be used to give you better access to your chest voice. So let me just talk about some of the warnings first of all, because as I said, it's not that this is bad, but we don't want to stay there. That's the first thing. You don't want to be living in vocal fry register. You don't want to be living here. You want to be using it in a very intentional way. Now, as I say, we all use it when we get a bit tired or if we're sick or if we're feeling a bit lazy and we can't be bothered to put much energy into our voice. But you don't want to be living here because it's actually a very extreme voice quality. What is interesting with vocal fry is if you live in vocal fry and you find it very difficult to get out, which you're going to find in the end when we do this exercise, or you can't access vocal fry at all, it's pointing to some deeper issues. So again, if you can't access it or you can't get out of it, I would recommend you find a coach and you work with someone to help you rebalance your voice, because a healthy voice can access vocal fry but get out of it. So we want to be able to access it when we choose to access it, not because this is just what my voice does and I don't know what else to do. So we want to be very mindful and very intentional. Now, if you do this and you find your voice gets worse, if it gets more hoarse, if it gets more tired, exhausted, as I said, stop doing it. Don't do it if it makes your voice worse, because it can exacerbate problems. It's not suitable for everyone, but if it's done correctly, it can really be used to great effect. So that's just my big warning. As I say, it's an extreme voice quality. We don't want to live there. We want to do an exercise. I'm going to show you this in a second. When you do the vocal fry exercises, you then want to do some release exercises afterwards, just so that your voice doesn't stay stuck in this vocal fry register. Really, really, really important. So if you don't know what you're doing, please reach out. You can always book an hour session with me if you want some help. Just don't keep doing it. If it's getting worse, if it feels bad, if your voice is getting more hoarse, tired, strained, don't do it. You're probably not doing it right, or it's not right for you. Okay, so let's now look at the exercises that I'm going to share. And essentially, we're going to do them all the same. I'm just going to give you some options. So you're going to either do this on a vowel, or you can do this on a consonant. And you're going to start in this creak onset place. And then you're going to move into the clear vowel or clear consonant. And you want to stay in the creak onset about 5 to 10 seconds, no more. And don't do this for like long periods of time. This is something that you might pepper throughout your day, but don't stay in this for like half an hour. Like literally do this for a minute maximum and then stop and see how things go. And then what you're going to do, which I'm going to show you, is a glide just to release the voice. We don't want to get the voice stuck in this vocal fry creak voice quality because it's not a healthy place to live in 24/7. So what you can do first of all, and again, it's the same pattern for each of them, but let's take this on an R vowel. So you're going to give me a creaky R for 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're going to move into the clear vowel. So it sounds something like this. Ah, ah. The most important thing with this is you don't feel your neck tensing, your throat tensing. It should feel really easy through your throat and your neck. It should feel very relaxed, very loose, very easy. You don't need to push air through it either. You don't need to overbreathe. That's a big thing. Breathing's important, but that doesn't mean we overbreathe. So don't take any deliberate breaths. Just use your normal breath and very relaxed, very easy. The throat is relaxed, the neck is relaxed. Really easy. So that's the first one. You can do it on an R. You could do it on an E vowel. And just see how smoothly you can go from the vocal fry creak onset into your clear vowel. Now, if the vowel is difficult, because it often can be difficult for people when this is something new for you, you can do this on a consonant, something like an M, which is also really good because it brings the voice forward. So we're kind of buy one, get one free with this exercise. So same thing. So you're going to do a creaky into a pure So, and as I say, no more than 5 to 10 seconds. Hold the creak for about 5 seconds at least. Again, same thing. It should feel easy. It should feel open. It should feel free. If you're feeling constriction through your neck, your throat, anywhere really, stop it. Stop it. Don't do it because you're probably not doing it right, because it's very easy to do wrong. So if I went, I feel myself being strangled when I do that. But if you don't have that kinesthetic awareness, you might be straining and squeezing without even realizing it. So there's a few things you can do. Now, when you've done that, as I said, 5 to 10 seconds on the creak, then move into the pure sound. As you do this, you want to intersperse it with some glides. And this is really starting from your head voice, starting from the upper part of your voice and coming down. So we don't get stuck in this vocal fry voice quality, which we're trying to avoid. We're using it for a very specific reason, and then we get out. So what you can do then is intersperse your onset, this creaky onset, with some glide. So and just make sure that you're not getting stuck in that part of your voice. So don't do it for more than a minute or two maximum, but intersperse it with some glides and just see how you go, because I think what you'll find, if you're doing it correctly, it will allow you to find more freedom in the lower part of your voice. Find you can get into your chest voice more easily, into that speaking part of your voice more easily. And also, as I said, if you are someone with a lot of nasality in your voice, it will help to improve that. But I'm just going to leave it once more to say, if this doesn't feel good, please seek out a professional to help you, or just don't do it. Because it's not about the exercise, and this goes for any exercise voice-wise, it's about the application. Sometimes it's not the right exercise for your voice. Sometimes it's just you're not doing it correctly. And I see this all the time with private clients. I've talked about this before with humming. Even the simplest of exercises, you can do them wrong, and then you actually create more problems. You create more tension. You feel like you've got to push more. It feels more effortful, and you're like, this is meant to be easy, but it feels hard. So that's why learning how to do this is so important. And then you can watch these videos from myself and other people, and you know enough about your voice and how to apply things that you're not going to create unnecessary problems or damage or injure your voice, because that's what we're not about here. So I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget, if you are interested in the Black Friday offer, get onto it as soon as possible. It's only available till this Friday, 29th of November 2024. If you want to get 10% off my private voice coaching, which is actually quite a significant saving. And I'm not going to be offering this again. So please get onto it. If you've been thinking about this all year, now is the time. So until next time, I'll see you again. Thank you so much.